Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Myths and Men.
Now that is funny.
I am your host, Adam Holcomb, and I'm joined today by co-host Dylan Blumenberg.
Hey Adam, I'm really looking forward to this one. You know, we got a lot of hot topics, a lot to talk about. Bolly's not here.
Wait, didn't you get the memo?
I guess not. I try not to check my email during work hours.
Oh no.
Wait, is he back?
So to introduce our special guest, Valya.
Now that is a twist.
God damn it.
And because I forgot to say it, we are the only podcast to have the world's first annual Mythies. You might ask, what is a Mythie?
The Mythies?
Or you might ask, the Mythies? Because you're excited.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
To interrupt for a sec.
Yeah.
Don't.
About the magicians.
Jesus
They have a
Christ.
fuck ton of mythology in the show, by the way. That's not a joke. They really do.
So typically, our podcast brings together three unknowledgeable individuals who spend a day pretending to be experts on mythology. And then each week we would discuss a different god or creature, rotating out the lead mythologist. We would discuss its habits, its attitudes, we would tell a tale, and we would end on a debate on who would win in a mythological fight club. But since this is a special episode, we're still going to pretend like we're experts. We're still going to be unknowledgeable. We're going to talk about gods, we're going to talk about creatures, and we're going to talk about tales and fight clubs. But we're going to do it in an award show fashion. That's right. For the first annual Mythies, we're giving out awards for our show. You might ask, what kind of awards?
I was going to ask who we giving them to, but what kind of award?
We're giving them to the creature. Well, I guess the real winner would probably be whoever brought that creature onto the podcast. So, for example, when I win every round because I picked the best creatures, I would win all the awards. But we're also giving them to the creature itself.
All right.
My favorite award is our brought to you by the University of Phoenix Award, which is a callback to our earlier episodes.
That's a pretty early episode.
Yeah, I figured I'd bring that back.
Nice.
Because it's an award show.
So the awards that you should be expecting are Most Pathetic Creatch Award, Best Tale Award, Best Guest Award, Sarah's Choice Award, Best Fight Club Award, Audience Choice Award, and Creature of the Year Award.
Sarah's Choice Award for the audience is famous singer Sarah Bareilles, who sings Gravity. That's just so you guys know.
You say that was Best Creature or Best Tale?
That's Sarah's Choice Award.
Oh.
Sarah Bareilles is going to come on and sing on our podcast.
That's not
Live?
True.
That's 100% true. I talked to her. She's going to
booked
sing
her?
Gravity on her while watching Gravity.
I don't know who that is.
She sings Gravity.
I don't know what song that is.
It's Gravity by Sarah Bareilles.
Not helping. She's going to be a special guest announcer?
Yep.
Nice.
That's not true.
It will be.
It's very true. 100% true. I know it. Fox News, you heard it here first.
Play that song.
There's a bit in the song that is... There it is. Stuck under your gravity.
Alright, so how we're going to run this down is we've each were able to nominate a creature or tale or guest or fight club for each of these categories with the stipulation that we couldn't choose our own. One of us didn't follow that rule for one of them, but...
More than one, wasn't it?
Which one?
There's half of them.
What?
You picked your own creature for like every single
I
one.
thought it was only for the best one. You couldn't pick your own.
Goddamn liar, and you know it.
I
didn't.
swear to God. Oh.
For Best Fight Club, it was okay to pick your own. But for all the creature ones, I was going to say you shouldn't, and tail ones.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, you guys are always just fucking sending stupid-ass gifs and shit in that group chat, so I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
I don't reply to half of those.
See that. I didn't reply to a single one. You're a liar.
We'll have one person introduce the award and the nominees, and then afterwards we'll each take a moment to recap the creature and explain why we thought that creature deserved that award. And then we will debate a little bit. We'll try to keep it short. We'll see. And we'll decide who wins the award. So, to introduce Most Pathetic Creatch Award is Dylan.
Let's kick it off, Adam.
The most pathetic human.
You son of a bitch. One of us had to use that joke at some point. So, here we go. Most Pathetic Creature Award nominees. We have Headless Men from Headless Men, a.k.a. She Shall Who Not Be Named.
Only some people found them sometimes, but then they disappear pretty quickly.
The people
so they're
looking for them?
incredibly good. No, the Blemmies,
okay.
the Headless Men. They're incredibly good hiders. This is literally the only good thing they've got going for them. So whoever the moderator is for the Fight Club, please help me use that to my advantage. That's the only good thing for them.
Best title, though.
I could hardly read it, even though I said it. We have a Pep from a Pep, a.k.a. the Frappening.
So, Rosborn, this umbilical cord is bitten off by a rabid squirrel, right? Tossed into the trash. Turns out it was the god Apep.
Pep?
Apep. A-P-E-P. It's like the name Pep, but with an A in front of it.
Right.
Apep.
And then we have another. A Pep, a.k.a. a Pep from the Frappening.
That was said wrong.
A Pep? Ipep?
Well,
No,
it's
you
a
said
Pep, yeah.
a Pep, a.k.a. a Pep from the Frappening.
Yeah.
That's a way better
That's
title
right.
than a Pep, a.k.a. the Frappening.
Oh, I see what she's talking about. All right. I'm going to stick with it.
All right.
What
live
reading
show.
level are you?
Huh?
Are you third grade reading level or second? Or
I got up to 5th, but that's when I
Nice.
stopped going to school.
That's probably smart.
Was that 10th grade you stopped going to school?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, so let's go around and take a moment to mention each, or why we nominated each creature. So Dylan nominated Headless Man.
Yeah, those things just sucked. They're all hat and no knickers, you know? But they won like a stupid amount of fights, so I guess that's not going well for them.
That's true, but they were carried in most of those fights, except for when they fought the Leprechaun.
You guys know who they remind me of?
Adam.
So there's an MMA fighter called Artem Lobov who is just torso and arms, and then like they're long as hell. For some reason, I always think of him when I hear Headless Man.
No neck.
That's his name. He's
Let's look this up.
very much torso. It's fucking weird. Here, upload. There you go.
Boy. So yeah, I think Headless Men, they just sucked. That's pretty much it. They won a lot of fights. Garbage people, garbage
I
human
think you're
beings.
wrong, and I think you're a garbage person and a garbage human being.
You know what?
A Pep was obviously the biggest bitch of a creature.
Okay, so
me why.
Valia, tell us why you nominated a Pep.
I mean, is it not obvious? The
No.
dude was fucking talking about lettuce on semen and shit.
I mean, that's not good, but
There was far too much in that whole episode. There was far too much semen going around.
is he the worst or just the shittiest though?
A
You know?
Pep
Most
was
pathetic.
the one that got killed by Set. He was the snake that was... We forgot to recap. So the Headless Man is a creature kind of over in Africa somewhere that is basically a man without a head because their face is on their torso. They're weak, and that's about all they got going for them. They can hide. A Pep...
Think Artem Lobov.
Yeah, think Artem Lobov.
He can only hide.
Yes.
A Pep is a god of chaos, and he was the umbilical cord for Ra. Was he Ra's umbilical cord?
Ra?
I believe that's right.
Ra. And he fought against Set, who killed him. Now, that's just our quick recap.
He's the one, from what I remember, he jizzed on the lettuce and fed it to his buddy, to his brother.
No, that was Horus.
Horus? No, what? Yeah, okay, right, my bad. I mixed the two up.
Okay.
I know them both personally, so I just mix them up.
Okay, so I nominated Apep because he died by someone who was tricked into eating a cum witch, which is when you put cum on a lettuce and eat it. And if you die by someone who got tricked into eating that, I feel like you're pretty pathetic.
You know, that's a good point. At least these headless men were like 7-8 feet tall or something.
They could get up to 12.
Yeah, if you die from cum, you might be like... You gotta go to therapy. You got some severe homophobia.
Well, they didn't die from the cum. They died by someone who ate cum.
Yeah, so if you killed someone, Dylan, they would have died by someone who ate cum. I don't know why I'm railing on you today. I'm sorry.
I don't even know what to say about that.
So
I think you'll see me in court.
I feel like with 2 against 1, I don't know if you have much of a chance to convince us of headless men. I feel like headless men are kind of pansies, but they somehow eke out wins.
And they eke them all right.
Yeah.
They get tag teamed with strong creatures.
They do. So I feel like
it's like in the WWE when you put like fucking all these shitty wrestlers with like these good wrestlers in a tag team match, and they get a win out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it.
I think Apep
rescind my Creatch.
Okay, so Apep who died by someone who also Apep has a lot of ridiculous weaknesses. Like you can just step on Apep. It's pretty bad.
Step on Apep. Oh, also Apep never won a fight. Only had one though. Headless men.
True.
1-2, lost 1.
So
you know when people say you're undefeated, I like the idea of someone just being defeated.
You're on
0-1. Yeah.
And the winner of the Most Pathetic Creatch Award is Headless Men.
You bastard. That is not what we agreed upon.
It's Apep, a.k.a. Apep, a.k.a. the Frappening, a.k.a. from the Frappening.
All right, thank you. So our first award goes to Apep.
I like that your coworker has a friggin' title of this podcast after him.
Wait, who? Oh yeah, that's
right. And it's a winner.
And now to introduce the Best Tale Award is special guest Valia.
Best Tale. Dun 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 dun. So you gotta do the music and then like light spotlight. Tamas meets the Nuckalavy from Nuckalavy, a.k.a. It's the goddamn Nucka. Who? What?
And sore need had he to run, for Nuckalavy had turned and was galloping after him, and bellowing with a sound like the roaring of the sea.
Was that Valia or you?
It was not me.
Wait, really?
Set eats a cum witch from Horus a.k.a. He once came upon lettuce. Horus then deliberately spreads his own semen on some lettuce.
Some lettuce?
Yeah. which was Set's favorite food.
That's good. What? Whose favorite food is fucking lettuce? What a plain bitch. That's right in win.
Thor goes fishing from Jormungandr, a.q.a. Normangander.
Thor pulls the serpent from the water, and the two face one another. Jormungandr dribbling poison and blood. Hymir goes pale with fear, and as Thor grabs his hammer to kill the serpent, the giant cuts the line leading the serpent to sink beneath the waves.
Dum dum dum.
All right, let's go around. So Dylan nominated Tamis Meets the Knuckleavy. Why did you think this one wins?
I remembered that story pretty well, and I think that means a lot. I thought the fight was pretty pathetic, to be honest. So that stood out to me. I mean, sometimes even the worst stories, like the stupidest stories, I suppose I should say, are the most interesting. I guess to give a recap of that one too, Tamis, he fucking splashes water on this thing, right? That's the one, right?
Yeah.
He's like walking home drunk and he splashes water on it. And this thing just like dies. It explodes into bits and pieces. Some drunk fucking idiot.
That's not true.
Some drunk idiot makes this thing explode into a million pieces. That
damn
near wakes up the next town over, you know? They're trying to sleep off their hangovers. And this thing just goes off like a goddamn atom bomb. Wakes up the whole goddamn country.
Alright, that's almost true. But you get the gist of it.
It's the best tale.
You get the gist of it. So the Knuckleavy was a demon from the Orkney Isles, and Tamis made a fool of it. I think that's a valiant nominee. So I nominated Set Eats a Cumwitch, and this one really stuck with me. It was nice to read a story about someone who ate lettuce that had semen on it.
Now hold it.
Yes.
Wait, were you there when Dylan ate the cumwitch?
Are you saying that you eat salads on a regular basis? Because he's not a fucking
rabbit.
I do.
There's no way that's true.
I'm sorry, guys. I'll stop. Anyway, I thought this one really stuck with me because, like, that just a story about tricking someone, and it was just so interesting. I mean, they were trying to trick each other, so the idea was that Horus, who is a sun god, had a battle to see who could win the throne with his brother, father, cousin, or something like that, Set. So the two battled with wits. And Horus really came out on top because he didn't get inseminated, and Set did. And he did so by tricking Set into eating lettuce with semen on it. And I mean, it's just a really good story, I think. And that's why I chose that one.
I thought that was a pretty good story too, but I had to throw up after that episode. So disgusted. Can't believe you can put that thing on the air.
Valia, you nominated Thor Goes Fishing, which
Correct.
was a story in our Jormungandr episode. Jormungandr, the world serpent, huge serpent. One time Thor went fishing, and he caught Jormungandr and tried to bring him up on board, but couldn't.
I like that one.
So why did you nominate that one?
I like the idea of him just like attempting to bring this thing on board, and I like the image. This isn't even a part of the story, but I like the image of him trying to pull up this snake, and it's just like for fucking years just keeps coming out of the ocean. He's like, how long is this thing, man? So in my own mind, it's a new story entirely, and that's why I voted for it.
Good reasoning. Valid.
It's like a magic trick.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like where they pull the thing out of their sleeve and it just keeps coming.
It's true. Seeing as that's not the real story, though.
Mind freak. Mind freak.
I feel like it loses.
Yep.
I'd agree with that. I think
it's
Pep
just
wins.
down to me and you. Yeah, I think it.
Pep's
Wait, no, it's Horus. I'll take Horus on that one though. That's probably the most memorable one.
It's true. It just makes you gag.
Sex sells, man. I tell you.
It's true.
So, all right. Spotlight. Winner is dum dum dum. Envelope opens. Paper pulls out. Set eats a cumin witch. Horus. Aka he once came upon.
Aka.
Lettuce. Dum dum dum. Sounds like masturbatory noises.
Next cat.
Next award. To introduce the Best Guest Award is myself. That's right.
You've been the best
Adam.
guest, I think.
Here we go.
And the nominees for Best Guest are Max Keeble, Max Keeble's Stuntman, and Dylan. So let's go around a little bit. Dylan, you nominated Max Keeble. Why do you think Max Keeble deserves to win this award?
Well, he was on a lot of episodes. He was on more than I was, I think, actually. But, he's just a quality guest. He brings something to the table every time. He's got good arguments. He picks the right teams to win the big game each week. He's just got good gambles.
It's true. And Valia, why did you pick Max Keeble's Stuntman?
I don't think he gets enough love. Also, his hair.
That's very valid.
A piece of shit.
Hey, you're a piece of shit.
You know what? How about we take it to the streets?
Do you want to go Step Up to the Streets? Starring that one fella?
Who?
The dancing fella, Channing Tatum?
Oh, dude. Hell yeah.
Fucking watch that.
He was in Magic
Blu-ray
Miguel.
disc. He was. That's true.
Oh, man.
And I nominated Dylan as the best guest because I felt bad that he didn't get nominated, and he was the only he really brought a good fresh air to the podcast.
Thanks, Adam. That means a lot.
Something we were missing for 27 episodes.
Was that during our Max Keeble protest week?
Yeah.
I think so.
He was on strike.
But it was just a nice change of pace, and that's why I nominated Dylan.
I really appreciate that. I would have nominated you if I didn't think I was a better guest.
I also was never a guest.
Well, yeah,
I thought you were a guest once.
let's not get into that, shall we?
So, that being said, I'd throw my I'd throw the towel in. I think Max Keeble wins it. There's no more iconic guest.
I think a stuntman wins it, but that's just me.
2 against 1.
Max Keeble voting.
Bitch boy.
Max Keeble's voted goes to the Max Keeble stuntman.
Fair enough.
The winner of Best Guest Award is Max Keeble. Would you like to say a few words? I brought Max Keeble with me.
Yeah, bring him up on stage.
Speech, 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 speech.
IMDb's wrong. Max Keeble out.
Thanks for coming in, Max Keeble. It's nice to have
on
you.
the top 200 list.
Let me get in on this real quick.
The top 200 list is bullshit. Freaking Godfather, are you high? How is Max Keeble not on there? A 4 out of 10?
Dude, I thought it was a 3.7.
Fuck the Oscars. Racist assholes.
You're out of time.
They're dragging me off because I'm a political advocate.
Quit talking about
They
sexual
keep
abuse in
saying my
Hollywood.
hair.
All right, thank you, Max Keeble, for
Free
coming
Mandela.
on. And now, to introduce Sarah's Choice Award is Sarah.
The nominees for Sarah's Choice Award are Furfur from Furfur, a.k.a. Anal Poppers.
Especially since he is a compulsive liar. He cannot tell the truth.
Ever?
Ever. Unless you put him in a triangle.
Like a choke? Triangle
Just
choke?
No, draw a triangle on the ground.
Good clarification, boy.
Knuckleavy from Knuckleavy, a.k.a. It's the goddamn Knuckle Who What?
People were so terrified of this thing that they refused to say its name. This is some Voldemort shit right here. That's terrifying.
That's some
People
R.L.
wouldn't
Stein
say
shit,
its
right?
name. Oh, wait, what?
R.L. Stein.
What is its name again?
Knuckleavy.
They probably couldn't pronounce it. That's why.
No kidding.
Jormungandr from Jormungandr, a.k.a. Norman Gander.
But yeah, it said when he releases his tail that he bit, Ragnarok would begin, which was a massive battle that basically starts the world over after it's done.
Also the best Thor movie.
Krampus from Krampus, a.k.a. Dark Knight Rises.
What type of basket? Wicker?
Yeah.
Good choice.
Mm-hmm.
I like a bamboo woven basket, personally.
You can reuse that wicker basket after you drown them kids.
Yeah.
Hell, probably not hell. Can't reuse that hell basket.
And the winner is Furfur from Furfur, a.k.a. Anal Poppers. Everyone, let's give Furfur a big round of applause.
Wow, that was a really exciting category.
I know, right?
I think she picked right. She did a good job with it. Sarah's always a winner in my book.
It's true. She really is. Great job,
Is this
Sarah.
Sarah Bareilles?
God, that's a good Creech, you know?
Sarah Bareilles is?
No, the Creech.
Yeah, Sarah
That's Sarah
Bareilles'
picked.
song Gravity is probably my favorite too. Gravity.
And now to introduce Best Fight Club Award is Dylan.
So, Best Fight Club Award nominees, we got Manananggal versus 5 Pregnant Sirens in Manananggal, a.k.a. of Maths and Men.
Sirens attack all at once. What's your game plan, or what do you do?
Just rip them to pieces. I grab 2 of them, one with each hand, smash them together.
There are 3 attacking you at that stage.
Bite the other one's head off.
Can you catch it as it's attacking your back of your head, your body?
Rip the baby out of the other one.
Ooh.
Toss it at the last one.
Jeez.
Done.
Brutal.
Got Leshen versus Hellhound in Leshen, a.k.a. it rhymes with bum socks. I gotta do 2 roots, one on each end, one in the pooper, one in the chewer. The chewer. Oh, that's funny. And we got Tooth Fairy versus Griffin in Tooth Fairy, a.k.a. virtually identical. You know when you try to kill a coyote with your bare hands and it struggles a bunch? You guys familiar with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I do, but with claws.
So you just start scratching at the bitch?
Just gut him. You know?
But I'm on your back.
Oh, wait a minute.
All right. So,
Virtually identical.
So Valia, you
Why?
nominated Manananggal versus 5 Pregnant Sirens, where Manananggal is a vampire creature who likes to eat fetuses, drinks the blood from them, and can split and fly around. It's pretty whack. Listen to that episode if you haven't. And the 5 Pregnant Sirens, well, a siren is like a small sparrow-sized female with wings that can sing men to sleep, and then they just die. So it was a Manananggal, who's usually female, so able to defend against that, versus 5 Pregnant Sirens. So why did you choose this fight, Valia?
Which fight? Which one?
You
are we
picked
on?
Manananggal versus 5 Pregnant Sirens.
That's right, yeah. I just like the idea of these pregnant sirens fighting this fucking creature, and I just enjoyed it when I looked back at the fights, and I couldn't remember a lot of the other fights. So,
That's the reason for almost all of mine also.
Pretty much.
So Dylan, you
Plus I like the
nominated
sirens.
Leshen versus Hellhound. The Leshen is a tree god that was in Polish areas. It liked the forest, all that jazz. It had cool viney attacks. And the Hellhound is a dog from hell that could set things on fire by stepping on it, particularly bread, which turned into, that's right, free toast. So why did you choose Leshen versus Hellhound?
You know what it is, Adam. Anal penetration.
Warts.
That's all I have to say.
Nice. I mean, that's a point. That's valid. So then I nominated Tooth Fairy versus Griffin. The Tooth Fairy is a creepy fairy that's made out of teeth and collects teeth. That kind of made out of teeth. It just has it growing out of a lot of weird stuff. And it steals kids' teeth but pays them for it. If you don't give up your tooth, it will just steal all your teeth. It's a very scary creature. And then the Griffin is part lion, part eagle. And it flew around and it liked shiny things and had claws, but it had a weak beak. It was easy to smash that beak. So I nominated Tooth Fairy versus Griffin because this was the first episode we did the rolling, which I think really helped decision making in our fight clubs go quicker and actually decide things. And at the time, Dylan and I had no idea it was happening, so it made the fight club really interesting when we had no idea why Valia was choosing the choices he did. But it was quite enjoyable. And I think it changed the pod for the better.
I'm a game changer.
It's true.
And
to
pod changer.
think, we almost got rid of you.
That is
Thank
true.
Christ.
I almost got rid of me too.
Not if I know
Ever
what
since that
means.
mice incident.
So how do we settle this?
Well, I think
can
they're
be
all
bribed.
great. What?
I can be bribed.
Alright, here's $10.
Sounds good.
And the winner is Furfur.
Oh wait, that's me.
Oh yeah.
So are
So-
you actually agreeing with the Tooth Fairy one?
No, I prefer the Leshen Hellhound.
I will say I really enjoyed the Leshen Hellhound for its anal penetration.
All right. So the winner
Said
of
every girl, am I right?
the winner of Best Fight Club Award is Leshen versus Hellhound.
Nice.
Thanks, man. You know, it really feels good giving myself an award for something I came up with.
I know, right? You do a good job on this pod, Dylan.
Thanks. It's
I
all
like to
all the
have you
writers.
And now, to introduce the Audience Choice Award, which you, the listeners, got to vote who your favorite creature was from this last year,
All
is
three of you.
Valia Chohodar.
Dum dum dum. Our nominees for Audience Choice Award.
Are you Johnny Depp?
are The Nakalavi. And these motherfuckers were taking in the dumbest information available. So, yeah, except for like the two of them that were like, guys, the Earth is round. This is just the seasons changing. The rest of them were like, no, you dumb piece of shit. It's the goddamn Nuka-Who what. And winter came. Kukulin.
They try to beat him up with hurling sticks, and Setanta, he hulks out. And when I say hulks out, I mean he literally hulks out. He has some sort of rare condition that causes him to turn into a giant raging freak that can't tell friend from foe.
It's called steroids. TRT Vitor. Look it up. Look it up. Oh, no.
You might have seen them before. They're just like long sticks, like long iron sticks with
Can I stop you for a sec?
Yeah.
One thing I really think you should do this out of respect. Every time you say anything that's Japanese, you should go, "Hi," afterwards. Just out of respect.
I don't think that's respectful.
And Jormungand.
I don't know what this is called, but there gets to a point where you can only be so long without being so big. You know what I'm talking
Girth is the word you're looking for.
about? Yeah. You gotta have some girth. Adam knows what I'm talking about.
AKA, it's the goddamn Nakahu what? God Girth. Watashi wa shinadiru. And
Been
Jormungand.
practicing, huh?
Those have been your nominees.
I liked that order you chose to do them in.
Yeah, I thought that was a little bit of a mix-around.
Someone's always got to do it wrong.
What was that? What'd you say?
I said someone's always got to do it wrong.
All right, so to go over these quick, Nakalevi, as we talked about, was was a demon from the Orkney Isles. We already discussed this before. Kukulin, he was a mortal birthed by Lu, the god of a lot of
Cuco,
things. Not El Cuco, that's someone else.
Yeah, use El Cuco.
Kukulin was basically Hulk. He could turn into a giant warped freak in his warp spasm, and he had a special weapon called his gay bulge. He killed a lot of people with it.
It's the bar outside of Ron Swan's house.
The Oni is a Japanese demon who has a large stick that beats people with, and it's from a mask. If you put a mask on, you become an Oni. And there was confusing stuff. We did a lot of Japanese. You can listen to that episode. Jormungandr we talked about is the serpent, world serpent, giant snake who circles the entire earth and bites his own tail. And would you like to announce the winner from the audience's votes, Valia?
Oh, and the winner is for audience choice of what nominate.
You might be retarded.
A.k.a. it's the goddamn Nakahua.
You know, washed up actor.
I like to think that was me, like singing but talking, and it's like I'm not sure where the voice goes.
I assumed you were someone who stopped doing coke long enough to announce an award.
It was a bit of Barry Gibb. It was a bit of Barry Gibb.
Barry Gibb. I love Barry Gibb.
Good old Barry Gibb.
It's the fucking best.
There you go.
All right. We're on to our final award. The Creatch of the Year. The coveted Creatch of the Year Award. And to introduce the nominees for Creatch of the Year Award is myself once more. And the nominees for Creatch of the Year are Furfur from Furfur, a.k.a. Anal Poppers.
Did he say he was teaching secret and divine things? Because if he did say that, they'd have to go back in time and check if he was in a triangle or not. No one would know. Maybe he wasn't teaching anything.
You wouldn't understand, Dylan. It's a secret.
Oh, jeez.
Oni from Oni, a.k.a. Watashi wa shinde iru.
So, these guys are often seen in Japanese art, theater, and literature as kind of like the stereotypical villain. Like how a dude like twirling his mustache and saying like, oh no, is like the French one, you know? But I think we'll get into that in episode 100.
Jormungandr from Jormungandr, a.k.a. Norman Gander.
Yeah. I'm imagining a giant fucking snake in a really poorly made cat costume.
It just has like cat ears on and whiskers glued on.
It's a cat, I swear. Lift it.
Yeah. It's very clearly a world
fucking
serpent.
Loser. You can't even lift this cat.
It has a sign that says "Not World Serpent" on it.
So, Furfur was nominated by Dylan. So, can you give your reasoning? So, Furfur.
Wait, are all three of these his, Dylan's?
No.
Who did Furfur?
No,
Furfur's
Furfur
mine.
wasn't mine.
Oh, you got 2 out of 3, man. Good job. You did something right in your life.
You know, I just really liked the fact that he could summon like hundreds of thousands of other demons if he wanted. That was pretty much the big deciding factor for me. He could summon the entire state of Rhode Island if he damn well pleased, you know? These motherfuckers would kill everything in sight. You know, I don't have a recap.
For
I don't
Furfur?
have but I can look one up if we keep doing some banter here for a second. So, Furfur, he was a demon from Christian lore, summoned by King Solomon. He didn't like triangles at all. He
was a great Earl of Hell.
Yeah, something about same-sex couples. I don't remember that one very well.
He could cause love between a man and a woman.
He had big, ugly-looking hands. Looked like a fucking dweeb. Still had acne all over the place. A couple of acne scars. Could summon 130,000 demons. 26 legions of demons. That's a lot of demons. Basically, he could have whatever the hell he wanted. You know?
And he had storm powers.
If he wanted a fucking meatball sub with no Mariana sauce, feel free.
The fuck is Mariana sauce?
It's marinara.
Yeah. Alright. So that's why I liked Furfur. He's a good dude. who you can count on in a pinch. He'll fucking throw down if you want him to. He'll buy you a beer if you don't want him to.
Get you to the Rogain Roadhouse.
All right, and Valia, you nominated Oni. Can you explain why? And give a recap of what the Oni is.
So I'll explain why first in exactly one sentence. Anata wa kuso no yo ni mieru. That's why.
What does that mean?
It means you look like a fucking dweeb.
You know what?
Oni was from Asia, or Japan, to be more specific.
Japan?
Or, I believe, Tokyo. Hi. He was that, like, what is that thing called? Those guys with the masks? The fucking...
Oni?
Are they actually called Onis, those warriors?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, well, yeah. Okay, then he was an Oni warrior. He's the smartest mofo in Scofo. He could summon Rhode Island if he wants. He's very talented all around, and he's from Japan. That's why I chose Oni. Mainly the Japan stuff. Plus, I liked the whole Japanese translate shit we were doing. I enjoyed that.
Fair enough.
And finally, I nominated Jormungandr, the World Serpent, because I think he's quite a cool cat. That's a funny reference to the time he dressed as a cat to trick Thor. Thor totally got him. He just had whiskers glued on, cat ears. It was a great time. And Jormungandr's a prankster. He just likes spitting poison and raps. Rap lyrics, that is. Not like subway raps. And he's huge. He's like really long, and you can only be so long before you need some girth. So he's got a lot of girth. And yeah, I think he's pretty cool. He bites his tail. When he does it, he destroys the world. So that's pretty crazy. And that's why I nominated Jormungandr. Also, he founded Gander Mountain.
And Google.
Allegedly.
Well, they don't know who started Google. It's like Bitcoin. You know? And PayPal. Nobody knows who started PayPal.
Well, what was it?
Elon Musk?
Elon Musk?
Certainly wasn't Elon Musk.
Elon Musk?
I would go for Oni or Jormungandr. Because, well, not just because I did both of those. I thought Jormungandr was pretty cool. Oni, I don't know. He's a guy you want in a fight, you know?
I'll give you a
fucking
reason
Winston
to pick Oni,
Churchill.
I'll give you.
He'll fight him on the beaches. He'll fight him in the forest.
Let me give you a reason to pick.
He'll
Oni,
fight him in the goddamn low tide.
If you need a reason to pick Oni, it's gonna be, Anata no kazoku ga shinu mai ni watashi o erabu.
All right, I picked Jormungandr.
Same.
Because I was in that group of people that got tired of that joke.
What joke? This isn't a joke. This is life. Language.
You're right.
Fucking gravity.
By Sarah McGillis.
Sarah Bareilles, you bitch.
Alright, so this is Jormungandr.
And the winner of our first annual Creatch of the Year award is Jormungandr.
Yeah. Go Norman.
Woo, 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 woo.
You know, he was such a good creature. He has his own website.
Did he
now,
win
does.
awards?
with ads.
You can go to Jormungandr.com.
Dude, Nordman is fucking winning awards like a bitch.
You know, he's so popular that Norton Antivirus is working with him.
Norman Gander antivirus?
Yeah. Rebranded for the younger generation.
Is that not Kaspersky?
Well, that guy's, I mean, don't talk about Kaspersky. Shit might not be around anymore. It's like PBR.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us today as we went through our first annual Mythies Award.
No problem, Adam. Thanks for having me.
I hope you enjoyed the episode.
I hope you enjoyed it too, Adam.
It was fun.
It was pretty good.
It was fun looking back.
Norton Gander is a pretty good joke. From
Norton
this episode.
Gander?
Yeah, is that what you said earlier?
Sure. I'll take Norton Gander.
Antivirus?
Norton Gander is a pretty good joke. So we went through our list of awards, and to recap, if you want to recap quickly, the Most Pathetic Creatch Award went to APAP. The Best Tale Award went to Set Eats a Cumwitch. The Best Guest went to Max Keeble. Sarah's Choice Award went to Furfur.
Oh, it was Furfur, huh?
Best Fight Club went to...
Of course it's Furfur.
Best Fight Club went to Leshen vs. Hellhound. Audience Choice Award went to Knuckleavy. And the Creatch of the Year is Jormungandr.
Oh. Yeah.
Sad thing here is I got very few nominations, and I'm very disappointed in the audience.
I mean, if
So is
anything,
Hermes.
just do better next time, right?
I mean, if anything, my creature was probably the best creature you could have.
Which
and
one?
People didn't vote for it. Hermes.
Fucking Hermes
So
is
obvious.
a bitch.
I
Dude,
almost
do
put
you wanna
Horus in
fight?
instead of Jormungandr.
You know, if I saw Hermes
Obviously.
at a bar,
Well, almost
I'd
aren't
spit in
ifs and
his drink.
buts. It candies nuts, Adam.
But
You
good
get
thing
what
I
I was
didn't,
saying.
because my choice was winner of that all.
no, it wasn't.
But the real winner here is the
Jormungandr.
audience for
What?
learning absolutely nothing
Yeah.
in this past hour.
You mean this past 2 episodes?
30 episodes, yeah.
31. This is 31.
Congrats, audience members.
You haven't learned anything, and
Someone played
neither
a bit
have I.
from Billy Madison where the guy just goes, he does the whole everyone is now dumber for having listened to it the thing. Play that whole bit.
I'll insert it right here.
That's what she said.
If you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to go back and listen to the episodes if you haven't already. And if you have, you can re-listen to them because they're very re-listenable, I'm sure.
Well,
Especially Hermes.
You can listen to this and more on our website at mythsandmen.com. Also on there is a wiki where you can see all of these awards, the nominees, and many other creature information that we have available. If you've enjoyed what you've heard, and you think we did a good job in giving you a laugh or two, please take a moment to leave a rating and review. And you can do this at either iTunes or Stitcher by going to itunes.mythsandmen.com or stitcher.mythsandmen.com. It'll help us get recognition so that we can be one of the big leaguers.
Or you
Yeah,
can
I'm
combine
talking.
the two.
Talking
what'd you
like
say?
up there with
iTunes.stitcher.mythsandmen.org.com.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's just
Do it.
confusing.
But we want to be able to compete with other big podcasts like Of Truth and Women and
The John
Maths
Rogan
and Men.
experience.
and the John Rogan Experience. For updated news, you can follow us on Twitter at Myths and Men or on our Facebook page of Myths and Men. All links to our social networks will be in the show notes. If you have a suggestion for a creature that we should talk about in the new year, you can contact us through the website or leave a suggestion in a review. And we hope you have a wonderful new year. And we will see you when the year changes to 2019. Hope
And
to
the
see you
days.
next year when we talk about a bunch more creatures.
Something else. Some more bullshit.
Did
Ha!
you say s'more?
Some more bullshit.
The music you heard on this podcast is called Call to Adventure by Kevin MacLeod from Incompetech.com. It is licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license.
The
'Cause I
PJ
pushed the
Miller
pace.
experience.
The PJ Miller experience. Carshing in with fucking Chase 11.
PJ Whitworth.
It's your money. Get it when you want. 877 cash now. God, is that the most? Man, I don't remember my fucking dad's phone number. 877 cash now.